being in with the national team, it's like a band of brothers. We all do the same thing, and we all are at different clubs scattered across Europe, but we all keep in contact. And I think you see the camaraderie when we come into camp, that everybody loves to be around each other.
How are you, Tim?
Good, how are you?
How's everything? Good. All right, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I don't think all national teams are like that, but I think the American team, we're different in that way. We come in and we really enjoy being around each other and catching up, and it shows on the field sometimes the way we fight for each other. Coming back into the national team, we all have one goal, and it's, to win the Gold Cup.
Nice pass!
Certainly when we come into a camp like this, especially at the start when we don't have full numbers, what we try to think about is the fact that the needs are different for each guy.
I guess every first day is different, but for this one, it's my first Gold Cup, so it's exciting, and obviously being an international tournament again, having missed out on the World Cup, it's always a good chance to prove myself. But I do have a lot in front of me now, and this is a big tournament to kind of get myself back in the national team picture and try to stay there. Having played a lot at Anderlecht this season, I feel like I can bring a lot to the team this year.
It's obviously a dream come true to be a part of just the national team, pool in general, and be able to play international games. And now you're sitting here with basically the majority of the World Cup team, and it's a pretty cool feeling.
When we're getting into games now in CONCACAF, we want to be a team that in a smart way is stepping out to people and dictating the terms and making it hard.
Ready, right. Ball to me. Right. Yeah!
Oh, I'm right there.
54.
What is that?
Recovering? Means you gotta work harder. Bro.
Don't. You 50. Hey, you like me, man? I'm higher than you, 50. Oh, never mind.
A little warm. Nah, it's not cold out today. Love that humidity. Not really.
Heat and humidity. It's hot. Believe it or not.
No, I want a rope.
This is better.
I want a rope. No,
It's much better because it allows you to go through the range of motion.
I'll try your gummy here. It's just something I need to maintain. If I let it go and if I don't stretch after practice or before practice, then eventually, a problem occurs somewhere in the body. So it's just something, it's a lot of maintenance, but it's a small price to pay to still be able to play at this level.
You get 10 minutes per year. So I'm 32. Do the math. That's the amount of time I get with Hash each week.
Let's go.
7. Come on, finish up. 13, 14, 15.
So is the living reason why the formula 220 minus age doesn't exist. It's complete BS. Because he'd be dead by now. So he should be at 191. He's been functioning at 197.
I think it's clear to everybody on this team that we want to win this thing. But in my opinion, the most important thing before a big tournament like this is making sure the group is tight and making sure that the team camaraderie is the most important thing right now. The overall atmosphere in camp is always very good. It's always very relaxing and funny.
The shoes, huh? They look like the boots the Kiss wears.
Hey, don't hate.
You keep on shouting, you keep on shouting.
Rockin' all night. Anybody every day.
That's a kiss, no? You gotta put those on. Kiss. Stick your tongue out.
It's a long trip. We'll be together for a month at the end of it. And so a lot can happen. Of course, we want to play good soccer, and there's tactics and all that. But I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is keeping the group tight and making sure, that we all have common ground to talk about things, and to be able to interact on the field together.
Once they're threatening there, that understanding of that line, where I always talk about it as being the line of the ball.
Yeah.
Because every now and then they can wait and then cut it back. But so often, once they get that little space, the ball comes squared across. One of the goals that Chicharito scored, I thought it was one of the goals against Schalke, but I'm not sure. They actually got everybody back in the line, but then one of the defenders that was back in the line looked out like he thought it was gonna still get cut back. So he's in the line, and now he's leaning this way, and the ball came right by his left foot. Chicharito was right there. So, it's, look, we all know a good player can sometimes catch you one way, but if you're still getting general reactions that say, ball gets behind me, rule of thumb, that's the danger area.
I'm just sitting here watching the Champions League final in camp, getting ready for, the Spain game as well as Gold Cup. And, probably every player on the team is definitely watching this, alongside probably almost all of the world. So, it's been a good game. Barcelona's winning 3-1 right now in the 72nd minute. And it's kind of interesting to note that, in Barcelona, they've got 5 or 6 players who are going to be coming here next week to play against us. So not only is it, good to watch it from a soccer, liking soccer and enjoying the game, but also, in terms of watching who we're going to be playing against.
Well, I believe Spain is the #1 team in the world right now. So anytime you get a chance to play against the #1, it's always special. It's a big challenge. But it is a warm-up game for the Gold Cup, and our goal is to win the Gold Cup and not to... We want to beat Spain, of course, but it's not the end of the day if it doesn't happen. And we want to give a good performance and first and foremost be ready for the Gold Cup. It just so happens that our warm-up game for the Gold Cup is against the #1 team in the world, and I think any player who gets that chance is going to try to make the most of it. Now, this is an airport. We're going through security on our way to Boston for game Saturday against España. And your average security lines here are very long. So hopefully, let me just check my ticket. Is that business class? No, so I gotta wait. See you in Boston.